Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily review for Tuesday the 4th of the 5th 2021. Time is just coming up to 0455 GMT. Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime, North American session. Right, yesterday then, Monday the 3rd, we had a positive opposed driver in the pound at plus 210. Front and back door flows mainly coming out of the dollar at minus 150, out of the yen at minus 63, and the euro was the positive rock at plus 3, activity plus or minus 213. Intra-week then, this is from yesterday, Monday open, to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive unopposed driver in the pound this time, plus 168, no backdoor flows. The opposing negative flows were mainly coming out of the dollar at minus 88, out of the yen at minus 61, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 19. Activity plus or minus 168. Right, finally then intraday, which is today, the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago, we've got a positive opposed driver in the dollar this time, plus 64, front and back door flows mainly coming out of the pound, minus 44, out of the euro, minus 23, and the yen was the positive rock at plus 3. Activity plus or minus 67. What's going to knock it about then, or what has knocked it about? Well, we've had the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, rates decision. Nothing's changed there. Slightly more optimistic on the notes. The Australian trade balance came in slightly soft, but it's inevitable really given the world global backdrop. And the data is lagged, remember. So, and we've got later today, we've got New Zealand employment change. Excuse me. Right, Wednesday then, tomorrow we've got ADP in the US and US service PMI, and Thursday the 6th we've got Bank of England rates decision. So it's all sort of cooking quite nicely for us on our trades. Right, so let's see what's happened with the asset classes and the flows. Our trades have improved. We're back in profit now. We're about roughly 200 points up, which is effectively break even for us, but it's moving in the right direction finally. Right, so let's have a look right now. Euro, we've got strength in the euro, except for the dollar, the yen, and the CAD. The yen is strong except against the dollar. The pound is weak except against the AUD, the NZD, and the Swiss. The Swiss is weak except against the AUD. The CAD is weak except against the AUD. The AUD is weak except against the Swiss. The NZD is weak except against the AUD, and the dollar is strong across the board. Right, so what have we got? We've got dollar strength, and we don't have anybody fully weak, but you can see that the commodity currencies are taking soft at the moment. So that's basically where we are. We've got a bit of a rebound in the dollar strength, but we don't believe that will last very long. Right, so let's have a look at the asset classes. Start with the dollar index. So US dollar index. Basically, it broke. It came back and it's about 0.4 off the floor. So So the dollar's still pretty soft, but it's had a little bounce. Gold, double top, and it's got that sort of, it's just above that support after it broke down, and it's 0.4 from the floor. Right, oil has improved. Oil's around 0.25 from the high. Wall Street broke. It's now flatlining at the moment. S&P double top, broke, flatlining. Tech took an age to break. It broke and now it's soft a little bit. It's below the resistance. US 10-year and bond. Right, well the US 10-year, where is it? It's there. It's about 0.4 from the floor. Prices come back up, yields have come back off a bit, and the bond is about 0.2 from the floor. So we've got excuse me again, we've got European yields outgunning US yields, which should have an upward bearing on the euro dollar, despite a little bit of dollar strength today. Right, so far. Copper, if you remember, had five pumps. It went back to the second pump, back to base camp, and then it broke the top, and it's now about 0.12 from the high. So copper's pretty strong. US steel, if you remember, it was sold off at the double top. It broke. It went back down, but it's now back at this this double top. So it's that's 0.25 from the high. So US steel is thinking about it, and it's come back quite a bit. Right. So let's just finish off. See what's been going on. As I said, we've had the RBA race decision. They've done pretty much zero, as you'd expect. They're waiting and seeing. We've had a little bit of soft trade balance on the AUD, but as I said, that's nothing to write home about. We've got so we're short USD dollar against the euro, the pound, and the AUD, and we're short NZD against the euro, pound, the CAD, and the AUD. Right, so we've had the AUD rates decision. We've got the BOE rates decision to come on Thursday. We've got the New Zealand employment data, employment change to come. So it's sort of all boxing in for that scenario. Regardless of what happens to the data, these positions should improve. I mean, obviously, if the data goes heavily against them, you'll get a short-term negative effect. But nevertheless, these positions are, in our view, they're set now. You want to be short the dollar and short the NZD against these specific pairs. Right, I hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you very much.